Personal Journey Overcoming Anxiety. Anxiety weighing heavy? Lighten the load with our support. This course set me on the path to success. Don't wait. Begin your journey today. Comment.
From what truly matters. Before we know it, we've wasted days, months, even years. What if I told you there's a way to focus on what's in this video? I'll share with you how that will help you focus and stop. What aren't about making huge, unattainable changes, but practical principles that will transform how you live, allowing on what truly matters. These teachings, rooted in the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, are designed to bring you clarity and help you take control of your time and your life. Are you ready to learn how to make the most of every moment and live with purpose? Let's get started. And you, how many times have you told yourself, I'll do what you truly want? Today I'm going to show you how to start prioritizing.
But you already know, before we get to that part, we're going to start off with the daily word of inspiration for January the 15th, 2026. Happy Thursday. My face is shining upon you, beaming out peace that transcends understanding. You are surrounded by a sea of problems, but you are face to face with me, your peace. As long as you focus on me, you are safe. If you gaze too long at the myriad problems around you, you will sink under the weight of your burdens. When you start to think you're sinking, simply call out my name. Help me, Jesus, and I will lift you up. The closer you live to me, the safer you are. Circumstances around you are undaunting, and there are treacherous looking waves in the distance. Fix your eyes on me, the one who never changes. By the time those waves reach you, they will have shrunk to proportions of my design. I am always beside you, helping you face today's waves. The future is a phantom, seeking to spook you. Laugh at the future. Stay close to me. And this was inspired by the book of the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7, the book of the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7, the book of Matthew, chapter 14, verse 30, and last but never the least, the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 2. This is the word for today. Keep your eyes and your mind on your Creator. It's basically what this is saying, with the world full of problems, constantly problems, no matter where you turn, no matter where you look, there are situations that seems to be uncontrollable, out of hand, bills, etc. But the thing about life is to be experienced. What up, Belasia, Anton, Rage, peace and blessings. Thanks for tuning in. This is all about how to stay on top of your goals instead of wishing for a miracle. The miracle is to remain focused for this year, 2026, that our goals may be completed and reached. Nothing is beyond our control and beyond our reach.
Because no one is going to hand you the life you want unless you fight for it. Are you ready? Self only to yourself. Let me be honest with you. Comparing yourself to others is a battle you'll win. It's a waste of time. There will always be someone faster, stronger, or more useful. Comparing yourself to others is like trying to catch the horizon. No matter how fast you run, it will always be out of reach. And because it's not your race. It's not your path, not your life. This isn't a new idea. Stoics understood it long ago. Marcus, never be envious. This person's path is not your path. He was absolutely right. Your real rival isn't out there. Its sense is with the person you were yesterday. Your achievements, your mistakes,
Stop for a second. Let's get right back into it. These is ways to help you stay focused on being focused on your goals.
Self to others. I was that person outward dreaming about someone else's fitful. Remember spending hours on social, scrolling through people's trips, purchases, their seemingly perfect lives. I'd tell myself, look at everything they've achieved. Obsession drained my energy and made me feel inadequate. It was like being a bike race, but spending all my time looking at the riders around me instead of focusing on my own pedals. One day I stopped what I was doing and asked myself, what am I gaining from this? The answer was simple. Nothing. At that moment, I decided to change. I stopped myself to scroll endlessly. I promised myself I'd look inward instead of daily goals, and most importantly, I started measuring my progress based on where I was before, not on where others were. And do you know one thing magical? My energy came back, my focus sharpened, and little by little I climbed out of that pit of envy and helplessness. I discovered that true success isn't about beating others. It's about surpassing your own limits. But this isn't just motivational science. Research from the University of Toronto shows that people who focus on their personal goals, instead of comparing themselves to others, experience higher levels of happiness and self-esteem. It's simple. The less you compare yourself to the world, the freer you'll be to move forward. Imagine your life as a garden. If you spend all your time looking at your neighbor's garden, wondering why their flowers are bigger or more colorful, you'll neglect your own. But if you focus on watering plants, pulling out the weeds and nurturing the soil, your garden will eventually bloom, unique and beautiful in its own way. So let me ask you, how much time have you wasted looking at someone else's life instead of working on your own? How many times have you felt less worthy simply because you measured your success with someone else's ruler? Today, I invite you to make a change.
This is a very, very thing too, to make a change, to dare to be different and be yourself. A lot of people are being deceived nowadays into witchcraft and a lot of demonic activity because simple fact that they don't have any confidence to trust and be themselves fully. Exactly like you said, they're comparing themselves to other people's lives, and you think that just entertainers or celebrities who do all of these rituals and this type of stuff, but Instagram models, TikTok influencers, you'd be surprised what type of people get led down this path. Not just the celebrities that you look up to, but your everyday neighbor or friend or family member might be partaking in these type of activities simply because they're not happy with themselves and their journey in life. Not everybody is going to be in the same place at the same time. Not everything is for everyone. And not everyone is going to be able to go with you to where you go in life. Meaning when you're leveling up, not to say that you're better than anyone else, but everyone has their own path. Everyone is unique in their own ways. And everyone's experiences is unique to each and every individual. With that being said, you should be appreciative. You should be grateful for life itself. Each day is a present gift to live. We're not promised the next day. We're not promised the next moment. So we should be grateful that we have this experience, and it's time to make the best experiences that we want and desire in life. It's easy to compare your journey to someone else.
Stop looking outward and take small steps. Recognize your achievements, no matter how small, your strengths and what you've learned along the way. Because at the end of the day, the only comparison that matters is whether you're a little better today than you were yesterday. Remember, my friend, you're not in anyone else's race. Competition is with yourself. So focus on your garden, pedal your bike, and measure your standard that matters, your own. Lesson 2. Turn obstacles into successes. Have you ever been stopped in your tracks by an obstacle, so big that there was just no way to move forward. We've all been there. But let me tell you something. What you see today as an insurmountable wall could be the key to achieving something much greater. What sometimes seems like the end of the road is the beginning. For the Stoics, challenges were like personal trainers for the mind and character. They weren't something to avoid, but an opportunity to strengthen your inner self. Marcus Aurelius put it brilliantly. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way, you see the power in that idea. The Stoics believed that every obstacle was a test, a chance to practice the virtues they valued so much. Resilience, self-control. When you face it, it's not just an inconvenience. It's an invitation to grow. In what seems like a roadblock is actually the stronger you. Difficulty challenges you, stay calm. Be resourceful and improve. With fear or desperation, you lose the chance to become more resilient and wise. Problem into an opportunity, you'll see how even toward. Do you know the story of Gabriel Jesus? Before he became a world-class footballer, he was painting the streets of Brazil for the 2014. But instead of letting circumstances define him, he used every obstacle as motivation. He worked harder than ever and stayed focused on his dream. 4 years later, in 2018, he won another World Cup. He was playing in it, representing Brazil on the biggest stage in football. Do you see? Gabriel Jesus turned what seemed impossible into a stunning success. That's what it means to transform. Imagine this. You're working on an important project, and suddenly hit an unexpected problem. Maybe a key opportunity falls through, or you realize you need skills you don't yet have. The easy reaction is to get frustrated, waste, and think all your effort was in vain. But what if this challenge is the perfect opportunity to learn something new, reinvent yourself, and find an even better path? What a barrier could be the push you to grow and move forward? How can you into successes? First, adopt a positive mindset. When you face a problem, grab a notebook and write down the obstacle you're dealing with. Then list 3 positive things you could get out of the situation. For example, if a project didn't go as planned, it could be a chance to develop patience, improve your planning skills, or learn how to handle criticism better. Second, take immediate action. When something goes wrong, instead of freezing up, take a small but concrete step forward. If you missed out on a job opportunity, spend an hour searching for new openings or updating your resume. Taking action back in control. Don't let time slip away without doing anything. Third, surround yourself with inspiration. Read stories of people who have or listened to podcasts that motivate you. If they could turn their challenges into success.
Whenever you feel like not doing something, that's the perfect time to do it, because that's where the magic lies. Like, I didn't feel like doing this right now, but some like, go ahead, and everything usually works out fine. And that's to help you from being stagnant and procrastinating on your own destiny and dreams. The enemy will always weigh on your mind. That's why I advocate for mental health awareness, because the battle is in the mind. If you could get that mindset to the point where your self-talk is better than their negative talk, you'll be a little bit better off.
Surrounding yourself with examples reminds you that you're not alone. With effort, you can change. Remember, obstacles aren't the end of the road. They're a sign that you're on the right path. The next time you face a barrier, think of Marcus Aurelius's words and turn it into an opportunity to move forward. Don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself. Take control and act. Obstacles into stepping stones toward your goals. Because success isn't measured by how many problems you avoid, but by how many you distracted from your goal. Have you ever tried walking in a straight line while looking to the sides? If you haven't, give it a shot. Tell me what happens. It's impossible. You turn your head, your shifts off course. Same thing happens with your goals and your time. Every time you let yourself get distracted, you move further away from what you truly want. Sound dramatic, but trust me, it's the truth. And honestly, it's not entirely your fault. We live in a world built to distract us. Social media, endless notifications, and meaningless tasks pull our attention like a black hole. Did you know that major corporations have entire teams of engineers and psychologists designing algorithms to keep you hooked? Creepy, right? But true. And the worst part? These distractions don't just steal your time, they drain your mental energy. How can you focus on what really matters when everything around you is trying to pull you into its trap? Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're carrying a bucket of water, representing your energy. Your goal is to take the path, use to dream your purpose. But as you walk, you stop at every corner, spilling a bit of water here and there. Social media, saying yes to something that doesn't matter, doing tasks you should have said no to. By the time you reach the truck, it is empty, and your dream remains dry, unable to grow. Every distraction is a leak in your energy that could be invested in yourself, in what helps you grow, in what truly matters. 2,000 years ago, there were no social media platforms. Yet Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you seek tranquility, what's essential?" That's the key. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. It's about learning to say no to anything that pulls. Prioritizing yourself means protecting your attention as if it's your most valuable resource, because it is. You can't let the noise of the world steal your focus. This doesn't mean isolating yourself, but it does mean being mindful of how you use your time and energy. Think about it. How many days have ended with you feeling like you accomplished nothing meaningful? Of distractions. When you start cutting them out, everything changes. Suddenly, you gain clarity. It flows toward your goal. And every day, you take another step forward, not where the algorithms want to lead you. So, my friend, the next time something tries to pull you away from what really matters, the bucket and the tree, protect your energy, focus your attention, and stay the course. Tree for you. It's yours, and only you can make it flourish. Lesson 4. Redefine your expectations. Expectations are like castles in the air that we build when we imagine how things should. They sound amazing, but when those towers come crashing down, all that's left is frustration. Having sky-high expectations is like holding onto a rope that we think is lifting us up, but in reality, it's about to snap. Come on, be honest. How many times have you been disappointed because things didn't turn out the way you wanted? That's the problem with unrealistic. They make us live in a world that doesn't exist, pull us away from what truly matters, and worst of all, waste our time on unnecessary ways. Let me tell you something. The centuries ago, Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, knew that our happiness largely depends on our expectations. Instead of hoping for things to be a certain way, he adjusted his outlook, focusing only on control. Imagine expecting his master to treat him a certain way or life to always be fair. But he didn't waste time on that. He simply said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish. Rather, wish that they happen as they do. And you will be happy." That's simple. Efforts and what he could do at any moment. And no, this isn't just a theory. It happens to everyone, even those we admire. Do you know the singer Lady Gaga? Her path was nothing but success, right? Well, when she first started, she had sky-high expectations. She dreamed her songs playing on the radio everywhere and note, but she faced rejection after rejection. No record label wanted to sign her. The result? Pure frustration. So, what changed? She realized that having such high expectations was making her lose focus on what really mattered, improving her music. So instead of expecting instant success, she adjusted her expectations. She started focusing on more realistic and achievable goals, like honing her songwriting skill. Instead of expecting immediate recognition, she redefined success as daily progress and constant work.
Some of that is true and some of it not to be true. And why? Writing better, that's a plus, yes. That will help people listen to your music, especially if they're already not listening to it. Working harder, I mean, that can go hand in hand. But the truth of the matter is, there are certain people that own the industry, certain acts to get you pushed forward to the masses, and certain things won't. It's the same reason why so many people join the other side of, the people that do the eye ish, the hand ish, all of that occult type activity, right? It's a reason why people go that route because they know for a fact that this is what it's about. You either join this or you be patiently waiting for your whatever you waiting on because at the end of the day, this is a fallen world and this world belongs to we know who. And we know who gets rewarded other than those who don't. The people who decides to do negative things, lying, stealing, cheating, they always seem to advance more further than those who choose to be more honest with themselves. And is it fair? No. But is it the way it is? Yes. And to be mindful of that, you should know that everyone has their time. You're going to have good times, you're going to have bad times. But to be true to who you are is the ultimate time. And to be happy with who you are is the ultimate goal. You won't have to be out here going against your morals, your vows, vows, your virtues or whatnot, right? Just to have a little bit of attention. And that's the same with anything. When I started content creating back in 23, I didn't really pop off until like 4. But nevertheless, I realized what was coming with it. Not everybody that was coming to support me was real people. Some of them was bots arguing with robots and fake people in the comments and on your lives or whatever, right? It just gets you to a point where you're going to start corrupting your morals and become someone just for entertainment, or you're going to become someone who has values, morals, and stand on it no matter who's watching, no matter who's not, no matter who's supporting, no matter who's not. And I see this going on with a lot of people nowadays. Now that to 2026, a lot of people are becoming monetized, and the people that's getting pushed are the ones who used to have those OnlyFans, or the ones who are into the witchcraft and stuff like that, who's gripping the masses of the youth, getting them into this occult activity, having them open the spiritual doors, and not being able to have these people covered when those spirits come to collect and whatnot. This is a dangerous, very dangerous game. And a lot of people who like to expose truth to this won't be heard, won't be pushed. But at the end of the day, it's like once you stand for your truth, you'll be all right because you'll find your tribe. You'll find the people that's just like you, like-minded individuals attract like-minded individuals. I've been doing YouTube for a year now, and I'm starting to see a little traction. But the thing about it is, like, it's about momentum. The more you do something, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, the better you'll be able to position yourself to monetize that situation and capitalize off of it. What I mean by that is once you're doing what you do, you have purpose for what you're doing, you're passionate about what you're doing. Eventually that momentum from keep trying, from keep failing and succeeding from time to time, you'll be in the best position for when that time is right for you to know exactly what to do and how to do it with your situation as far as making money off of your efforts. And that's what it's all about. It's not about trying to hurry up and get to the top, comparing your journey to someone else's journey and or experience, but being true to who you are and being authentic through it all. Even with my Facebook, I've been doing it for a while now. It's not as popular as it used to be, but I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I got a solid foundation with the people that supports me.
That change in perspective helped her stop wasting time and focus on I do today. That was the key that little by little led her to stardom. Want to know if your expectations are so high that they're making you lose time what doesn't matter? First, use this technique to evaluate your expectations. When something isn't going the way you hoped, ask yourself, does this depend on me? Is it something I can change? Am I seeing this situation realistically? Answering these questions will help you see if your expectations are too high, or if there's something you need to adjust. This exercise gives perspective, preventing you from time on things you can't control. Second, set micro goals instead of massive ones. Rather than expecting big results immediately, for instance, if you want to get better at something, instead of expecting to master it quickly, focus on improving a little each day. Why? Because micro goals let you track your progress and adjust, avoiding frustration if you don't reach the big outcome all at once. Remember, adjusting your expectations doesn't mean settling. It means focusing on what truly matters, saving your energy for things you can actually influence. Lesson 5. Yes, solitude. A tricky topic, isn't it? How much time have you spent seeking to fill the voids that only you can fill? Actions and shallow connections, solitude feels like an enemy, when in reality it's a powerful teacher. The time you spend with yourself is never wasted. It's an investment with returns greater than any stock market could offer. Think of solitude as a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. When the waters are calm, you don't need its light. But when the waves rise and the wind howls, the lighthouse is the only thing guiding to shore. Solitude, when embraced, brings clarity. It shows you what truly matters and reminds you that you're great. Marcus Aurelius understood this perfectly. He wrote, "In your own soul lies the safest refuge." This refuge doesn't depend on us or company. It's a place you can only access when you dare to be alone. Here's a tough, necessary question. Do you fear solitude? It's hard to admit. To find out, ask yourself. Do you often seek the noise of others when you're alone? Maybe you fill your time with gatherings, shallow conversations, or anything that keeps you from facing your own thoughts. It's okay to admit it. Act of courage. Only when we recognize our fear and to confront them. At first, solitude can feel. That silence whispers in your ear, "You're alone." Does that mean no one wants to be with you? But over time, those whispers transform into something deeper, something you start to hear yourself, to know yourself better. Solitude doesn't isolate you. It connects you to who you truly are. It helps you face your fears, recognize your strengths, and understand what you really want out of life. How many times have you avoided being alone because you were afraid of what you might discover? A lot? What if you changed your perspective? What if I told you that what you find to fear, but a gateway to your best self? In a world that teaches us to fear solitude, being able to embrace it is an act of bravery. It's your chance to reclaim your time, your purpose, and most importantly, your connection with yourself. So don't fear being with yourself, because solitude isn't emptiness. It's the space you need to grow, to live the life you inside you. Listen, the time you spend with yourself, the first step to stop wasting your life and to focus on what truly matters. You. Sixth lesson, build on resilience. We all face adversity, moments that test, that knock us down. Easy to stay strong, right? Sometimes it feels like life us when we least expect it, and keeping that mental strength seems battle. Be honest. What about giving up? It's normal, happens to all of us. Isn't to avoid difficulties, but to learn how to face them without breaking. To an ancient legend you might already know. But this time, look at it from it's the story of Sisyphus, a man condemned by the odds to push a massive boulder up a hill, only for it to roll back down once he reached the top. Day after day, the same endless task. What a cruel punishment. He must have thought that more than once. But here's the surprising part. Instead of giving up or cursing his fate, Sisyphus chose to accept his task. He knew he couldn't change what was happening to him. He developed a mental resilience that nothing and no one could take away from him. Because even though the boulder rolled down over and over, his attitude toward the challenge made him invincible. But we don't need to look back at ancient legends to see these kinds of... Sometimes, life itself puts us in front of our own boulder. That's what happened to me. A very active person, always moving, and I was on the verge of achieving a personal record I'd been chasing for months. Everything was going great until I got unexpected news. I was injured and needed surgery. In that moment, I felt overwhelmed, like I was pushing a ball only to see it fall again. All the effort, everything I had worked for, suddenly meaningless. I felt my progress crumbling before me, and the frustration was immense. What did I do? At first, what most people would do: feel sorry for myself, lose focus. But then I remembered a teaching that helped me change my perspective. Like Sisyphus, I realized that I couldn't control what had happened to me, but I could control how I chose to face it. And that's when I began to build my mental resilience. I stopped wasting time on regrets and focused on what I could control: my recovery. Picture this. You're faced with a situation where everything seems to be going wrong. Maybe it's a problem at work, a project that's not going as planned, or a person you can't reach. Your mind starts to spiral in frustration and discouragement, and the easiest thing to do would be to give in to those thoughts, right? But this is where your mental resilience comes into play. Instead of succumbing to defeat, you choose to stay firm. You think it's easy? Spoiler, it's not. But it's what makes the difference between giving up and moving forward.
Switch that up and think about something different. Like you said, we all have these moments in life where we face defeat, we face uncertainty, and we're not sure to move forward or to step back or to take a moment to reflect on what's going on. But the thing about it is, you're going to face defeat, you're going to face uncertainty, you're going to face unprecedented times. But the thing about it is, the way that you look at it is like, okay, I have the strength to keep going. I'm learning from my mistakes, and I am a champion. It's that self-talk that keeps you moving. And that self-talk is what's important as far as the mindset to keep you going and be successful. Failure doesn't determine who you are. It doesn't determine your outcome either. It just lets you know that you're at a point in your journey where you need to make some adjustments. And that's the only thing that failure is. It's a point of readjustment.
So, how do you build that mental resilience? First, practice. Times have you let negative thoughts take? Every time you do, you lose control of the situation. Instead, redirect to something more productive. Ask yourself, improve this situation. When you shift your focus, you strengthen your mind. Also, in every challenge, Epictetus said that every difficulty is an opportunity to learn. Instead of seeing problems as failures, view them. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? You start seeing adversity as an opportunity. You stop wasting time feeling sorry for yourself and begin to grow. Mental resilience, but don't give up. It's what will keep you focused and prevent you from being defeated by life's hardships. Remember, it's not about avoiding life blows, but about learning to take them and keep moving forward. Lesson 7. Life is now. Yes, it sounds obvious, but listen, my life is now. It wasn't yesterday, and it won't be tomorrow. Yet we live as if there will always be another day to enjoy, to love, to chase our dreams. Be important for when you have time. Maybe telling your mom how much she means to you, personal project, or simply taking a moment to save her life. Does this sound familiar? When I retire, I'll finally enjoy life. So let me ask you, what if you don't what if life has other plans, and this is the only moment you have to truly live? Not even be so dramatic. Imagine you do reach that long-awaited retirement. Now you can enjoy life, right? But haven't been kind. Your knees won't let you travel the way you dreamed. Think about it. You've spent your entire life waiting for the perfect moment, not realizing that life has always been happening right here, right now. There is no better time to live than today. Every day you spend dwelling on the future, you're letting the moment that's truly yours. This one. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not act as if you have 1,000 years to live. Time is slipping away. Act now." Picture an hourglass in front of you. Each grain of sand represents a moment of life that will never return. Now ask yourself, are you spending those grains on something meaningful, or are you letting them fall without even noticing? Regret for yesterday and hope for tomorrow. But the truth is, neither the past nor the future is under our control. All we have is the present. How many times have you sat at the table with your family but spent the moment checking your phone or worrying about your to-do list? You don't need massive changes to start living in now. Sometimes, it's as simple as looking into the eyes of the people you love and giving them your full attention. Life is not a rehearsal. What matters is what you do with this moment. Because in the end, nobody remembers perfect days. What they remember are the real moments, those times when you were truly present. So stop postponing. Live today. Look around, appreciate what you have, if it isn't perfect. Because believe me, life isn't about what's coming. It's about what's right now. Let's disarm manipulation with wisdom. Has anyone ever made you feel guilty for not doing something you didn't want to do? Or maybe they've made you doubt your own decisions, leaving you feeling confused and unsure, like you don't know what to think. Be honest. Has that ever? Let me be clear. You've been manipulated. That someone has played with your emotions is no coincidence. And the worst part is that if we don't, we fall into that trap again and again. Imagine you're having an argument with your partner. It starts to get heated, and suddenly they hit you with a line like, "If you really cared, you'd do what I'm asking." Or, "Sure, you always think about yourself. You never." There it is, hitting right at your sensitive point.
And these are all things to deal with mental health as far as peace of mind, having any awareness of what's going on, and self awareness of how to engage with people, if even need to engage with them at all. You know, a lot of things is just triggers. People are often projecting the way that they feel, the way that they perceive reality should be and should go. So, you know, it's wise to just take a moment and not to even go there with people, because some people are just the distraction to keep you in the same state of mind. We're gonna go through 9, and I'm gonna pause it at that, and we can get back to it on a later date. I'll do a part 2. goes, the energy goes as well. That's why I advocate for mental health awareness so much, because it's important to be mindful of what you're thinking about, to think about what you're thinking about, and to really question those thoughts. If it's something that's consistent, that's where your problem lies. That's where the battle lies. And that's where your courage lies to deal with those things in a proper and healthy manner. I also write a book, not a book, a blog for managing stress and anxiety. If you join my email list, you get that. I send out weekly newsletters, and I put the blog inside there. Get that free copy down below. Also, if you guys looking to join live mentorship, exclusive community where we make money online, we use our time for mindset and also for tech skills. Those are the two things that we meet up for twice a week. For those of you who are looking to start your own online business, whether you have an idea or not, I have 200 product ideas for you all to get started. Master resale rights, e-courses that teaches you high income earning skills and the mindset that it takes to achieve these skills step by step. Free webinar happening really soon, so you guys want to secure your spot with that, and you just go ahead, put your information in an email list, the information will come to you as far as the webinar. But if you like this type of content and this type of information, I encourage you to join my email list and also to subscribe to my channel. I'll be playing the rest tomorrow, 10 a.m., part two, how to beat distractions. And let this be an inspiration and motivation to the readers and hearers of his word. Be back as well, just to run this back for you all. Positive word for January 15th, 2026. I just want to get this out the way because today, sometime today, on this Thursday, I'll be paying my respects to my late great pastor. I haven't been to his church in a while, but he passed away. I just found out, and yeah, it's kind of disturbing, you know. People come, people go, people come in your life and make a major impact, positive and or negative. But no matter what, you know, you want to enjoy the people that you have in your life, because time is precious. Your time and their time. You're not knowing when the last time will be with someone. And it's hard to grieve. You know, grieving is a process. Whether you real close to somebody or not, just to see somebody not being in their body again, and their spirit is out wherever they may be. It's a hard process to transition that change in your life, and that's what I'm going through. I've been going through it a lot. When I started digital marketing, my big cousin passed away, and a couple months later, my aunt passed, which was last year. And I'm just trying to make it through it, you know. Get back to reality, get back to who I am and what I want from life before my life is over with. And this is what Team Angie is about, the legacy that I'm leaving behind, trying to impact as many people I can in a positive way, leading them in the righteous way. And that's what I'm all about. Hopefully, this message will reach somebody and help them change their lives, that they can be an inspiration and a light to someone else that would help change their lives. You know, a domino effect, a positive one at that. But anyway, peace and blessings from Team Angie. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Whether you're watching this the live or the replay, I appreciate you too as well. Peace and blessings from Team Angie.